Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, roughly. It is President's Day. I hope everybody's enjoying their holiday weekend. Looks like we're going to finish off the holiday weekend here in our neck of the woods, northeast Virginia to southern New England, with sunshine. And we are going to be in the 40s, which will be reasonable and see in maybe a little bit above average, just slightly. And no big storms going on around the country. If you look here at the watches and warnings map, we have some winter weather advisories up around the Great Lakes, a few preemptive winter weather advisories going up in parts of upstate New York, and this is for the weather system that's coming through on Tuesday. And out in the Colorado Rockies into Wyoming, a few winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings up there for some locally heavy snow, but no widespread storms going on at the moment. And things are quiet when you see dense fog advisories that are up, because usually that's an indicator that the atmosphere isn't doing very much. The air is rather stable and stagnant, and that's exactly what we're seeing. In the meantime, as we look at the satellite loop today, the clouds from yesterday, of course, we had this warmer air that came in the wake of the Arctic air that was over us on Friday night, Saturday. It came in so quickly that we saw quite a few clouds around, and that cut down on the sun and it cut back on the temperatures a bit. But today, no such problem. All the clouds have moved out offshore. We've had some we have some moisture that's left over across the Gulf states, and you're starting to see some more clouds beginning to gather up and around the Great Lakes and in the middle Mississippi Valley. So this is in response to the next weather system that's moving along. And as we check out the radar view, we're seeing some rain showers moving into parts of Illinois and Missouri. But here in the Northeast, it is pretty quiet today. We don't see any huge issues going forward. We'll say stay dry and quiet on the radars today and tonight, and probably even in the first thing on Tuesday. The South has gotten quite a bit of rain, by the way, and that rain now is long gone. A lot of serious flooding in Mississippi, for example, the Pearl River there cresting at 36 feet. And the flooding was very, very impressive from the 3 to 5 inch plus rainfalls that have been occurring that occurred last week. But plus, this entire area, really across the South and up into the Mid Atlantic states, is pretty well saturated. So, not much to speak of today in terms of activity. We've got high pressure building in from northern Lake Huron. The air ahead of it coming in is on the chilly side, but the very cold air is staying up well to the north in southeastern Canada, where we're seeing some temperatures running in the minus 20 to minus 30 degree range. That cold air stays to the north, and this weather front that runs through upstate New York represents that. But on the whole, we're going to be sitting in a pretty good place today, and you're starting to see out in the west and north Texas and back through parts of Nebraska and southern Colorado, disorganized low pressure that is going to be the next weather system for tomorrow. Now, we do have showers in the forecast for Tuesday, but I just want to point out the rainfall amounts here are pretty minimal. Northeast Virginia to southern New England, everybody's under a quarter of an inch, and a lot of spots actually are under a tenth to an inch. So we may just wind up seeing a few showers with this. The amounts are higher as you go north and west into Pennsylvania, north of Route 80, and then particularly as you get into upstate New York, you're looking at about a half to 3/4 of an inch of precip in some spots. And in that colder air north of I-90, it's likely to be in the form of snow. The next 7 days, rainfall, the area that covers northeast Virginia to southern New England is actually only between 1/100th of an inch of rain and a tenth of an inch of rain. So it looks like, except for Tuesday, it's going to be fairly dry. More rain across the southern tier, of course. The next weather front's going to stall there, so look for more heavy rains from East Texas across the Gulf states into the southeast. Some places getting another several inches of rain in the darker reds. And of course, activity continues whole hog in the Pacific Northwest, although that has cut back considerably. And the darker green is a quarter to a half an inch of liquid across northern New England and back over into the Great Lakes. Some of that is going to be in the form of snow. So if you take a look at the Weather Prediction Center's forecast for 2 inches or more of snow over the next 72 hours, this will cover Tuesday into Tuesday night. The darkest blue on this map is a 40 to 50% chance of at least 2 inches of snow, and that is way up to the north, north of I-90. And when we change it over to 4 inches, you can see that the concentrated area is north of I-90, east of Lake Ontario, to about the Northway, and that's where the greatest chance for snow. Again, 4 inches or more on this map, and also for northeastern New Hampshire on up into Maine, a very high probability of at least 4 inches. So let's quickly take you through the week, because this is going to be a little bit different from the past weeks, in that the weather in our neck of the woods is going to be on the quiet side. So our high holds on through today and tonight. We're going to be seeing temperatures mostly in the 40s. And then for tomorrow, as this next low approaches, might start as a burst of snow in northern Pennsylvania and in through New York State. Actually winds up ending as rain, even in the cold areas to the north. It's just that the lead area of snow might be productive here as it moves through New England. But everybody else gets into some rain showers tomorrow. The cold front comes through, and then the next high builds in for the second half of the week, and it's a cold high, not as cold as what we just saw, but cold enough. We're going to have below average temperatures for the most part, and you can see the precip that develops across the Gulf states with some snow in North Texas and into Oklahoma. Now, it's quite possible that the northern fringe of this in western North Carolina might, and eventually into eastern North Carolina, the GFS is showing the ever so slight area of light blue, indicating maybe some wet snow in the mix. There's cold enough air that's going to be seeping down the East Coast, so I wouldn't be surprised. The bottom line is that as far as this week is concerned, we only got one day of precipitation to worry about, and that is tomorrow, and it's going to be on the light side. All the snow, once again, will be to the north. Today is nice for President's Day. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday should be nice days, although a little bit on the chilly side. Upper 30s and low 40s for Wednesday for highs, and mostly 30s for Thursday and for Friday. So we'll wrap up weather in 5. Website post, app updates coming up later today. Joe Rayo joins me tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. Have a great day and enjoy the nice weather.